Students, welcome to the new class. This is Dr. Sanjana Sharma from the Department of English. Students, we are doing the essay on the pleasures of no longer being very young by famous British essayist G.K. Chesterton. Today, hopefully, we will end the textual analysis of this essay. I hope you have opened your books. We are on page number 96 and we are analyzing the last paragraph of this essay. In our last classes, we have come to know that Chesterton is emphasizing on this thing that we people, we so-called modern people, should learn from the instances of history that history repeats itself. Things that have happened in past, they are not only the part of the past, of the bygone era. Incidents, things could be repeated in future as well. And he gives us a message that we should learn from these incidents, these past happenings. But usually what happens, we consider ourselves to be modern, to be educated, and we think that these things, institutes from past happenings, they are useless, they are of no use for us in present, and they are necessary. They are not necessary, they are outdated, they are stale. So let us continue the essay. And the oldest inhabitant will often indulge in a senile chuckle as he listens to the village orator proclaiming that the village church will soon be swept away and replaced by a factory for chemicals. For the oldest inhabitants knows very well that nobody went to the church in the days of his childhood except out of snobbishness, and that it is in his old days that the church has begun once more to be thronged with the believers. In my capacity of oldest inhabitant with senile chuckle, I will give one instance for kindred kind. Chesterton gives us one more example from the day-to-day life, and he tries to emphasize that what old people say out of their experience, it generally proves to be true. He gives us an example from the countryside life. The oldest person of the village, he laughs at this proclamation made in the village that village church will be swept away, it will be abolished, and a new chemical factory would be set up. This oldest inhabitant, who has got a vision, who has a lot of experience of the things that happen in this life, he doesn't believe in what is being said about the village church. He doesn't believe in this thing and he treats it as a rumor. He has a lot of experience and he knows very well that this institution of church, it will not be replaced by a chemical factory, because throughout his life he has seen this happening, that people went to the village to make an impression on others that they are a religious sort of person. And what else Chesterton says? And that it is in his old age that the church has begun once more to be thronged with believers. One new thing Chesterton emphasizes here, and we can correlate this thing with what is happening at present in India as well. He says that the oldest inhabitants, the oldest person of the village is not going to believe in this thing, that this church will be abolished and a factory would be set up. Why? Because he thinks that as he is growing old, he is watching around himself that people are becoming more and more spiritual in their life. They are becoming more and more religious minded with the passage of time. Students, you must have seen that there has been an increase in such television channels that telecast spiritual and religious matters. You must have seen Astha, TV channel like Astha, Bhakti. These are some of the names of those channels that telecast spiritual religious content, and their number has been increasing day by day. And you must have seen one more change in the attitude of people. Now the pilgrim places, now they are thronged by people. More and more people are visiting these places of religious worship in our country. And this is a trend that is taking place in the whole world. Youthful people, students, people who are in their prime of life, they are visiting places of worship more and more. So, Chesterton tries to prove on this thing, that with the advancement of science, with the advancement of knowledge, with the spread of education, we are not becoming that category of people who do not believe in God, who do not believe in spirituality. On the other hand, due to the advancements made in the field of science and technology and other spheres of life, there is a chaos in our heart and mind. We cannot judge what to believe and what to not. So, we visit religious places. We try to get knowledge from the spiritual knowledge that every religion has to offer. I will give one instance of the kindred kind. He says, I will give an example. One more example Chesterton gives to emphasize on this thing, that we modern people, what actually we are doing, we have to rely on past incidents, past happenings of the bygone era to enrich ourselves. A man must be at least as old as I am in order to remember how utterly idiotic, inconceivable, and crazily incredible it once seemed that any educated or even reasonable shrewd person should confess that he believed in ghosts. Chesterton says that during my lifetime, I have seen this, I have experienced this thing, that if a person who is well educated, who has got a scientific bent of mind, he will never confess that he believes in the existence of God. And if a contemporary of this person believes in the existence of God, then that person would be called crazy. Nobody is going to believe him. So Chesterton says that we people who have got a scientific bent of mind, who are very much educated, who are very much modern, we do not believe in the existence of ghost, and we think that this thing is a crazy thing. Ghosts can't be there. They don't exist. And further he says, yet must be nearly the oldest inhabitant to know with what solid scorn and certainty the squire and the parson denied the possibility of the village ghost, and the parson even more emphatically than the squire. And he says that church officials like parson, village squire, they proclaim that they too don't believe in such things. Ghosts never have existed. They do not exist. The village ghost was instantly traced to the village drunkard or the village liar. Educated people knew that the dead do not return in the world of sins. So, if someone tried to say that he has seen a ghost in that lane of the village, people tried to prove that that was not a ghost, that was some drunkard who was lying in the street, who had lost his senses. And the educated people, they keep emphasizing on this thing, that dead people, they do not come back on this earth. So ghosts, they do not exist. Those who remember those times and have lived to see a man of science like Sir Oliver Lodge founding quite a fashionable religion are amused to hear a young man say the world is moving away from supernaturals. They know in what direction it has really moved. Who was Sir Oliver Lodge? He was a very famous British scientist. He was born in 1851. In his later years, he became interested in parapsychology, spirits, and occult matters. So, a person who was a scientist in his life, in his older years, he became interested in parapsychology and in spiritualism. Chesterton wants to emphasize on this point that if a scientist can turn to parapsychology, if a scientist can start believing in the existence of ghosts, of spirits, then how can a common person cannot do so? So, a person with a scientific bent of mind who has been a great scientist, he can accept this thing that yes, such things do happen on this earth. Ghosts do exist among us. Then we common people, our bent of mind too could be changed with the passage of time, with the passing of our years on this earth. So he says, what has happened in reality? He says, are amused to hear young men say that world is moving away from the supernaturals. They know in what direction it has really moved. So, we people on this earth, we haven't moved away from the supernatural world. What has happened? We are more and more getting drawn to these things. We people, in some way or other, We are becoming more and more religious. We are becoming more and more spiritual. We believe in spirituality. And along with behaving in a scientific manner, we are inculcating spiritual values. We are accepting religion more and more. So, through this essay, Chesterton has tried to prove this thing, that human personalities, human minds, with the advancement of the era, with the advancement of calendar years, basically we remain same human being, and we should learn from past happenings. We should get motivated from the bygone things, and we cannot totally discard them. Thank you, students. In our next classes, we will continue to analyze other aspects of this essay. Thank you very much.